He suggested I sit there with Bob, but if we sit there...
The flag, you don't want me to...
Now, Rhonda, you come up a bit closer because then...
this way, you know.
I've got the visitors list. I've had a visit.
Oh, this is just the only township.
Descendants of Whitwarta, it's great that you've come this afternoon to unveil this plaque to honour the pioneers of Whitwarta. And it came about by the fact that I had a phone call from Dorothy Maxwell about 6 weeks ago to say that if we didn't use our account, we had a bit of money from Whitwarta Community Centre, they were going to government to take all our money away from us. And it's something that I've thought of for quite a number of years, that we should do something to keep Whitwarta known as locality. And so with that telephone call it spurred me on to think, well, let's do something and then it'll be done with, and especially this year of Federation, that we ought to do something. And so I contacted Richard and Steve and talking to Bob Maxwell, we decided we'd go ahead and do this. And so I think we're all can be deeply honoured today to think that we have the 4th and 5th generation Wilson that's going to unveil this plaque for us. Because Richard Tonsdale Wilson was the man that had the foresight in 1850 to get Whitwarta surveyed into 69 allotments. He could see that there was a future here because the hotel had been built and Whitwarta should prosper as a town. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because Balaclava come on the scene and Balaclava took over. But I'll say more about that later. But at this point, I want Richard and Bob, the 4th and 5th generation of Richard Tonsdale, to come and unveil this plaque. Now, where's our official photographers? We've got somewhere.
Rip it off then?
Yeah, you can take it off.
Well and truly stuck in, Bob.
So that's it.
Do you want to read what's on the plaque?
Now, Richard, will you please read what's on the plaque for everybody to understand around on
This plaque is erected.
6th generation.
This plaque is erected to commemorate the pioneers of this township before 1900. Whitwarta was named before 1850 and surveyed into 69 allotments in 1879. Apart from a number of private dwellings, it has the Whitwarta Hotel from 1866 to 1923. The telephone was added in 1924. The Wesleyan Church 1888 to 1920. Government wells 1874 to 1912. the store and the post office from 1876 to 1967, the blacksmith shop from 1879 to 1903, the school from 1879 to 1951, and the tennis courts from 1902 to 1965. Names of some of the pioneers who made a valuable contribution to Whitwarta were J.J. Angel, who was a farmer, H.W. Clark, who was a publican, J.R.F. Hepner was a blacksmith and millwright, J. Hudson was a teamster, Morton was a farmer, R.T. Wilson was a storekeeper and clerk, C. Belling was a farmer, W.J. Dunno, is that it? Dino, caretaker, R. Hornart, storekeeper, D. Pink, publican, and J. Watson, a builder. Erected by the descendants of the pioneers, Australia 100 years of Federation, December 2001.
Just a couple of comments with regard to the occupations of all those that we've listed. It happened to be in the school records before 1900, and as the children were enrolled, the father had to put his occupation. And so I took those occupations from the school records before 1900. That's how we just got a number of those early settlers before 1900. Now, as I said before, Richard Commissar Wilson was had visions of what could be done, or what ought to be done. And I've just got to refresh your memories, if you have probably heard this before, that Richard Commissar Wilson was when he surveyed this and had this, and then in, I think it's 1879, he was the man that got local government into Balaclava, council area. Because there was no local government up until that time, and he was the instigator to form local government in Balaclava. And it was through that he became the first clerk of the district council of Balaclava. And following that, I've got to look at some notes from time to time because I've got all sorts written down here. It was in 1877 when he became the first clerk, and then he done the first assessment, and he was told by the councillors that it was 4 shillings for ploughed ground, an acre, and 6pence for scrub ground. So he had to do that first assessment, and then they declared the rate. And the first rate was something like £5,000, which was quite a large sum of money in that time, when you think about it. But there must have been quite a big area of cleared, ploughed ground everywhere. And so it's also been recorded too that perhaps Richard Commissar Wilson didn't receive the recognition that he really deserved, because of the influence he had on the community within the Balaclava area. And most probably that was right, that he had a big influence there and never really received any real recognition. And I read in the Change and Challenge that at the 50th anniversary of local government in Balaclava, they said there should have been a monument or a bust of Commissar Wilson put into the triangle. Now, thinking about that, that probably wasn't a bad thought, but it wasn't ever done. So we might still have to look into that. see that?